the marketing research process, the very first step in the marketing research process is to identify the research problem. What is the research question? So company first of all has to be confident about the research problem, and the research problem starts with why, not with what, how, when, where. These are the subsequent research questions which would be answered by the researchers, by the investigators. The very first question, the first and the foremost question is why sales are dwindling, why sales are dropping down, why customers are not buying our products. So for that, the solution can be provided by the customers, why they are not buying. For this, what the companies have to do, as a researcher, as an individual researcher, once the research problem is clear, then we start stating the objective. Objective means the research objective, which means, now if the research question is why customers are not buying our products, if this is the research question, or for an individual researcher, if the research question is why customers are not buying brand X, why customers are not buying brand X. As an individual researcher, I want to know why customers are not buying brand X. In that case, my next step would be, I have to state down the objectives which I would be achieving in my study. So with this research question, my first objective would be that to understand the perceptions of people towards brand X, which means how do they perceive, how do they take brand X vis-a-vis brand Y, brand Z. So first it would be to understand what are the perceptions of the customers towards brand X. My next objective, second objective would be, what are the perceptions of customers towards brand Y and brand Z? If they are not buying brand X, it means they are buying either brand Y or brand Z, if we are assuming there are 3 brands in the market. So my second objective would be, what are the expectations or what are the perceptions of the customers? What are the perceptions for brand Y and brand Z? My third objective would be, what are the experiences? Because based on experiences, they would form their perception. It would be purely based on the experiences. What are the experiences of the customers after buying brand X? Subsequent next objective could be, what are the experiences of the customers after buying brand Y and Z? Subsequent 2 objectives we can formulate to analyze the attitude of the customers towards brand X. Last would be to analyze the attitude of the customers towards brand Y and Z. Now you can easily see that there are 3 main variables in the study. As of now, I have restricted to 3 main variables. You can include more variables as well. One is the perceptions. Right now, how do they perceive, how do they consider brand X vis-a-vis brand Y and Z? What are the experiences of customers towards brand X? What they have experienced for brand X vis-a-vis brand Y and Z. Third is, what are their attitude towards buying brand X vis-a-vis brand Y and Z. So subsequently you can also consider, because based on the experiences they shall be able to tell their satisfaction, that there are three brands, brand X, Y, and Z. I want to know that why customers are not buying brand X, whereas they are preferring brand Y or brand Z. We can also try to investigate the satisfaction level of the customers towards brand X as compared to brand Y and Z. Now, in this case, there could be many factors which you can attribute to the failure of brand X. It could be the quality of the product, which is not up to the expectations of the customers. It could be the pricing aspect. Might be brand X is slightly on the higher side, the prices are on the higher side. Third, it could be that it is not being promoted so well as compared to brand Y and Z. It could be the availability of the brand X also vis-a-vis brand Y and Z. It could be that the retailers, they are themselves promoting brand Y and Z and they are not promoting brand X, which means the company is not providing them with sufficient incentives. It can also mean that whenever customers, they are looking for brand X, it is not available to them. So there could be different issues which are related to the research question, that why people are not buying brand X. People are not buying brand X because of these reasons. There could be different reasons for it. Different factors responsible for not buying brand X. So now, if you remember, we started with the research question, why customers are not buying brand X. Now we have come down to answering what are the reasons behind the failure of brand X. What are the reasons for the success of brand Y and Z? Because when we talk about the market or marketing research, we should not forget to keep into consideration the strategies, the policies of our competitors. Our competitors, they would snatch our customers. They would lure our customers based on certain factors. They can lure them only when they provide them with some incentives. So what are the strategies and the policies of the competitors? So companies should not forget that what are the policies and the strategies that are being followed by the competitors. Now, in this case, we have in the second step, we have started with what. What are the factors? Which means now, once we have stated the research problem, research question, we have come down to the research objectives. In order to achieve these research objectives, then what we do is we set up the research hypothesis. Setting up of the research hypothesis means, what is first of all hypothesis? Research problem talks about the research question. Research objective talks about the aims, the targets of the researcher, of the company. Research hypothesis talks about the certain assumptions which are being made. Now, on what basis the companies make the assumptions? The companies, they make the assumptions based on their previous experiences, based on the similar problem which they faced in the past. Whereas an individual researcher, how an individual researcher would make certain assumptions. So if we have three brands, X, Y, Z, we are hypothesizing, we are assuming that the satisfaction level of customers toward brand X is lower as compared to Y and Z. But how we have assumed it? How have we assumed this? What are the parameters on the basis of which we have made this assumption? So students, an individual researcher would review the literature. An individual researcher would review the literature on brand equity. Would review the literature on brand equity. Why on brand equity? Because brand equity would consider the quality, would also have the brand loyalty in it, the brand association, the brand love is there, brand attraction is there, brand commitment is there. So all the aspects which are related to the brand, they are covered under brand equity. All the attributes of a brand are covered under brand equity. So in this step, the third step, the researcher, an individual researcher would review the literature on brand equity so that he understands the concept of brand equity completely, so that he understands completely what comes under brand equity. Now, what he is trying to do is he is trying to analyze the brand equity of X vis-a-vis brand equity of Y and Z. He would see that that whether the customer's perceptions, they are more inclined toward X, Y or Z. Why customers are favoring brand Y and Z and not brand X? Why customers, they feel themselves committed towards brand Y and Z, not brand X? So he would understand what all comes under brand equity. So it is brand awareness also which comes under brand equity. So beside having the quality, the product quality or the service quality, we have brand awareness, brand association, brand trust is there, brand commitment is there, brand loyalty is there. So all these attributes, the dimensions, they fall under brand equity. All they come under brand equity.